Welcome back, wrestling fans, marks, bookers, workers, refs, announcers, timekeepers, managers, valets, and of course, you always got to give love to the boys and girls on the ring crew. I am Matt Effin Wallace, and today we are unboxing the November 2017 That Wrestling Club box from That Wrestling Club. You can see thatwrestlingclub.com. This is my first time getting this box, so it was very funny when I saw this box totally reeks of awesome. Which is a great reference to Kurt Angle. I'm totally trolling you. I know it's Edge. But anyway, so yeah, first time getting this box. Excited to check it out. If you're interested in getting this box, I'll put all the pricing and information in the description of this video. They do, I believe, two versions of this box. They do their heavyweight box, which is, I think, $34.99, and they do their cruiserweight box, which is $24.99. The heavyweight box comes with a t-shirt and the cruiserweight box doesn't, I believe is the difference between the two. We got the heavyweight box to try out because I wanted to get the full experience for my first one here. The theme of this box is extreme. This is extreme. If you remember from ECW's old television show, which is what I'm hoping this is. I'm hoping we're going to get into some old school 90s ECW shit because I was a huge ECW mark. I got to live in New York when ECW was in their heyday. I got to go to the Elks Lodge, the Madhouse of Extreme, and see a lot of really iconic shows. So hopefully that's what we're getting into here. But let's find out. Let's check out the November 2017 That Wrestling Club. So when you cut the tape and you open up the box, this is what you're gonna see. And I'm already peeking. I'm already kind of digging it a little bit. What do you think, babe?
Love it.
That's my wife, Nikki. She's off-frame Nikki today. So we've got a t-shirt, which we're going to save for last because that's just how we do. But our first item out of the box, this is really cool. So it's a wrestle tune, and it is Al Snow and Head, which is, again, harkening right back to classic ECW. So wrestle tunes... This is exclusive to That Wrestling Club. They've launched, I read about this online, they've launched their own line of wrestling figures. This may be the first one as far as I know, but I'm not sure. But it's their own line, and I think they only made 1,000 of these, and they didn't put tape on the box, which is cool because I can take it out without hurting it and show you guys. I'm really impressed. I haven't seen one of these up close before. I'd only read about it online, and they send you emails talking about it. But this is a really cool figure.
Loot Crate should take note. This is what figures should look like.
Loot Crate, Nikki said we did a slam crate. Nikki and I did a slam crate the other day. You can watch that video. She says this is what wrestling figures should look like because the ones they're putting in the slam crate are awful. That is super badass. I am marking way the hell out for that. So that, of course, is Al Snow. Look at the detail on that. They even did his hair and highlights. That's Al Snow and Head. And he's even wearing, you can see there, he's wearing his Job Squad t-shirt, if you remember that. I love that. I had the greatest job, I've told Nikki the story. I had the greatest Job Squad t-shirt ever. It was a little baby laying down, giving 2 middle fingers to the camera. And it said, on our back since birth. And I love that shirt. We did a show, I used to be a pro wrestler, if this is your first video. We did a show in a Hooters parking lot. Nikki's laughing because that sounds hilarious to her. We did a show in a Hooters parking lot, and we changed in the kitchen, and I left my shirt back there, and I never got it back. And then Al Snow signed with the WWF at the time, licensed all his Job Squad stuff to them, and I could never get a replacement. I'm still sad about that. This is awesome, though. This is real. I love kind of the manic punk rock cartoon style. That's just a great figure. I think it's cooler than than the Funkos I've seen, honestly. And the detail on it is good. They got the knuckle tattoos and everything.
It's a mix of like Funko and a street figurine, which
is
what makes it kind of cool.
Yeah, Nikki says it's a mix of a Funko and like a street figurine, which is what absolutely makes it cool. And I love Al Snow. Like again, I got to actually be there when he developed the head gimmick in ECW. And I swear to God, y'all, you've never seen anyone more over than Al Snow was in ECW. When he was doing that head gimmick. When they passed out those styrofoam heads, everybody wanted to rock along with them and throw the heads in the rings. It was one of the like most kinetic, exciting experiences I've had at a wrestling show. Loved Al Snow in ECW. Glad he got a shot in the WWF. They ruined him there as they do with everything. So we've got ECW One Night Stand revision number 4. So this is from the 2006. Is this the actual? This is like the script. This is like the programming notes from the actual show. Okay, so I'm sorry, I should be showing this to you. So they've included in the box a copy of the ECW One Night Stand reunion show they did in 2006, which is, I believe, when Rob Van Dam took the title from Cena, right? That was like the big, I had stopped watching WWE by then, but I heard about the show. And this is literally the script from the show. It's not like a souvenir program that they gave to fans. This is like the programming notes for all the matches and the commentary and what's happening in the show. This is literally like the script. This is really cool. They've broken down the segments and what's happening point by point, and then they've got story notes in it. That's really neat. That's it's like, I assume this is a printout and not like an original. I could be wrong about that. I apologize at Wrestling Club if I am. But that's still a very cool thing. Even if it's just a copy of a script and not actually an original. That's still a really cool thing to include. And that was a great, cool show that they did. So ECW One Night Stand programming script. We've got our pin for the month. Oh, this is awesome. So that Wrestling Club pin for the month. If Cena wins, we riot. That's great. It's like they made it look like the signs that fans brought to Money in the Bank 2011 when CM Punk took on John Cena in his hometown. That magical summer where hundreds of thousands, if not millions of us who had long ago stopped watching WWE because the product sucked, actually came back to the product to watch CM Punk breathe life into it. And then, of course, immediately leave because nothing good can sustain in WWE. They've got that reverse Midas touch where they just turn everybody to crap. That's a great pen. I really like this pen a lot. It's heavy too. It's a good quality pen. If Cena wins, we riot. I still remember that because I did. I watched that, and then as soon as CM Punk left, I stopped watching. So we've got a plastic sleeve with some cards and some autographs in it. The cards, I've seen a lot of boxes do this. They do their own series of cards. So yeah, this is that Wrestle Club, number 4 and number 5. And they looked, okay, so they're like mashup cards. So that's obviously Paul E. Dangerously, Paul Heyman as Rob Van Dam for no reason, but that's hilarious. He got his stats on the back. As you can see, that's Paul Van Dam. And his finisher is the 5-star walrus splash because he's fat. It's funny because he's fat, baby.
Well, my favorite joke.
I know. I'm not a huge fan of making fun of fat people, obviously, because I am one. But that is a funny mashup. And then we've got what looks to be the Hardly Boys, which is a Hardy Boys and I'm sorry, Dudley Boys mashup, obviously. And then we got their stats. It's the Hardly Boys from Hardlyville, USA. Their finisher is the 3H, the Hardly Hellish Hop. I feel like you were kind of reaching on that one, that Wrestling Club, but I'll give it to you. The art is very funny. So there's a couple of mashup cards. I'm not a huge fan of the exclusive trading cards that boxes do, just because trading cards aren't my thing. I'm not really going to do anything with them. But those are cool cards. If you're into that, those are very cool cards. And then we've got autographs, plural. Okay, so this is great. That is Sabu. Personally signed autograph by Sabu. And then they also got the Sandman. So yeah, they went all the way old school ECW with this for their Extreme box, and I couldn't be happier. Like I said, I lived through those days. They were amazing shows. I got to go to the It Ain't Seinfeld show, the show they did in New York against the premiere of Seinfeld. Just so many memories, man. That was the last time I really enjoyed being a wrestling fan, quite honestly, those shows. So great autographs. And then we got our t-shirt. That was the last item in the box other than our spoiler card. But we haven't done the t-shirt yet. So we've got a Gildan Ultra Cotton. It's a 4X because unlike Slam Crate, again, you can actually wear the shirts that come out of these boxes. Bam! What do we got? Is it cool? Is it neat?
Shane Douglas.
It's Shane Douglas, the franchise. The fucking franchise. I love Shane Douglas. He's like... we just unboxed the Wrestle Crate. This is a really cool shirt. So yeah, Shane Douglas, the franchise, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We just unboxed a Wrestle Crate. They had a Bret Hart autograph in it. Like I said about Bret Hart, a lot of people feel a lot of ways about Shane Douglas, but you can't fuck with the fact that ECW there would have been no ECW without Shane Douglas. You had to have that guy, and he was a phenomenal worker and a phenomenal personality in the heyday of ECW. Whatever's happened since then, I'll always remember him and his heydays as a franchise. And I will totally wear the shirt too. That's a really cool shirt. Great box, really great box. We've got our spoiler card here. Oh, and that's cool. Look, they've got they took pictures of Sabu and Sandman signing the autographs in the box, so you know they're authentic, and you know they did them just for this box. I always think that's a really cool thing to do. And then you've got your spoiler card. So, quick recap: we've got our exclusive Shane Douglas T-shirt, which I think is very cool. We've got our authentic Sabu autograph and our authentic Sandman autograph. We've got our Al Snow wrestling tune, and that wrestling club. I had so many props on the Wrestle Tune figures. That is awesome. I will put as many of these on my desk as you want to send me, and that was a great one to do for this box. That was perfect. I love this figure. We've got our ECW script, which was a very cool thing. I will read this on the crapper later. Good bathroom reading material. We've got our Hardly Boys trading card, which was that one. And we got a Paul Heyman one, and it doesn't even list that one on here, so maybe it was an extra. That's very cool. And we've got our if Cena wins, we riot lapel pin. Oh, in addition to the heavyweight box and the cruiserweight box, they also do a small package box, which is if you want to just pay $10 a month, you can just get the exclusive pin that they do in the box. And if this is any indication, they do really good pins, because that's an awesome pin. So yeah, that is your November 2017 That Wrestling Club box. Really impressed with my first box. They nailed this theme. And what I'm going to say about this is, going back to Slam Crate, because I can't say enough bad things about Slam Crate. Slam Crate did an extreme box. They did an extreme theme for one of their Slam Crates. And what's so insane about it is WWE they own ECW. They own the licensing and branding rights and the video library. They are the actual owners of ECW. There was nothing ECW related in the Extreme Crate. They did like Hardy Boys and Undertaker. They did a Roddy Piper towel, which was actually pretty cool. The kill towel, I did think that was cool. But there was not like even the championship belt pins they've been doing the Slam Crate. They could have at least done like the hardcore pin or the ECW belt pin, and they didn't. They did like the U.S. title, which had nothing to do with the theme. So comparing that wrestling club's extreme theme box to Slam Crate, which is Loot Crate in WWE, like arguably the biggest wrestling box out there. That wrestling club, you killed Slam Crate and Loot Crate's extreme wrestling theme box. It's not even close. So that makes me happy. It's nice to get a wrestling box that's extreme themed, that is good and doesn't suck, and actually got the theme well. So as you know, we rate our boxes in 3 categories. Curation, which is the items chosen, how they relate to the theme of the box, how they relate to each other, how they represent the properties they're chosen to represent. Exclusivity, which is how exclusive are the items to the box? Is it just a bunch of crap you can get from High Spots or at Hot Topic? And value, which is it worth the money you paid for the box? On Curation, honestly, like I almost want to, it is damn close to a perfect 10. For an extreme theme box and for going old school ECW with it too, I give it a 9.5 all day. 9.5. 9.5 for sure. It was very well thought out. They really did the theme justice, and just so much cool stuff. So yeah, 9.5 on the Curation easily, almost perfect 10. On Exclusivity, I'd absolutely give them a 9, I think. For the Wrestle Tune, which is their exclusive figure. The pin, the shirt is exclusive. The autographs they did just for the box, the cards. Honestly, the only thing that stops it from being a 10 for me is I know that eventually this stuff will show up on That Wrestling Club website to purchase. So there will be an opportunity for you to get it later, I'm sure. Probably not all the stuff. So, but that's really the only thing. It has really good exclusivity. These are all really good exclusive items for this box. So a 9 on that all day. And on value, I give a 9. I give a 9 on that as well. This is one of the more expensive subscription boxes, wrestling subscription boxes. This is actually more expensive than a Slam Crate is from Loot Crate at $34.99 for the heavyweight box. Again, they have the cruiserweight option and the small package option, which is great. I love when boxes have options for the budget conscious. But for a $35 box, like with the T-shirt and the Wrestle Tune and two autographs too, like 2 autographs. And I've talked about autographs and the value of them before on these videos. I'd give them. I would give them an 8 all day, maybe an 8.5, 8.5 on value, which is very high. Just because it is on the more expensive end of wrestling boxes. But for what you pay, you get great stuff. I really like this box. I'm very happy with this box. I would get this box again. So yeah, that is your 2017 November That Wrestling Club. Gonna give my props to That Wrestling Club. Great box. A lot of nostalgia for me personally. So I really enjoyed it on that level because it's all this stuff took me right back to the ECW arena and that era, and that's really cool. And that's another reason why these boxes are so cool. Another reason to do these boxes is because they take you back through your own history with pro wrestling, and this one did that very well for me. I almost want to create a new category just for that, just to give it really high marks. So yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the box, its contents, what you thought of the video. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I've got more unboxings to do this month, and I'll be back at you with that. In the meantime, please go back, check out the Slam Crate video I mentioned that I did with my wife. We had a lot of fun ranting and raving about that one. Check out the Wrestle Crate I did this month. In the meantime, I am Matt Wallace, and I will see you next time.